Hello everybody, my name is Ilya.
And my name is Tyler. Together we make up Kavre, a couple that loves to play board games.
And baby...
Babysit. Babysit. Is it babysit?
No, it's dinosaurs. Baby dinosaurs.
Yes, we do love baby dinosaurs. But why are we talking about baby dinosaurs?
Because today we're going to do a special Kickstarter preview for you folks.
Yeah.
And the game we're showing you is...
Dinositters! Wow! Look at all the cute little arts and colors and baby dinosaurs that we'll show you later.
Now this game is designed by Jill Bodkin and Maxwell Freud and published by Featherstone Games, and it's coming to Kickstarter real soon, or it might already be there. So you should click that link down below and check out this wonderful game. Today in our sponsored preview, we're going to give you an overview of the game and then chat about some of the key elements that make this game great.
Exactly. And without further ado, let's take a look at how to play the game.
Before we go into the overview, what is this game even about?
Alright. You're basically playing as these two little dinosaurs the same color, so each player gets two dinosaurs and their siblings, and they're going to be basically taking care of a grid full of baby
Hatchlings!
Yeah.
Yay! You'll feed them, you'll make sure they make friends, and nurture them into becoming a great adult dinosaur in the future.
And you'll win by having the most happiness.
Who doesn't love to be happy? Well, now let's give a quick overview of how to play the game. And just as a reminder, everything you see here today is in prototype form. So the game might look slightly different in the final product. The sculpts might be different, the food tokens might be different, but check out the Kickstarter project to learn more about some of the changes that could be made. You'll begin by setting up. Each player will receive a nest mat along with a random hatchling from the deck, which you can choose to place in any of the 9 spots. It'll also be fed. You'll collect your 2 sibling minis and then get your happiness marker, which will start next to the happiness track on the main board. You'll lay this one out and distribute the hatchlings evenly. You'll set the food tokens in the corresponding spaces and shuffle the volcano deck, flipping the top card into the discard pile. You're now ready to play. Each turn you'll move one of your siblings and take actions, collecting resources and adding hatchlings to your nest. Your goal is to obtain the most happiness. You'll do this by feeding hatchlings their favorite food, helping them make friends, and keeping an eye on the volcano. Each turn you'll move one of your siblings into one of the 7 locations if the space is available. Your siblings don't get along, so they can't share a location. A note here is that the nursery is one location, so you can't have both your siblings in the nursery. Now let's go over the actions. The nursery is where you'll obtain new hatchlings for your nest. You'll choose an open tile in the nursery and take the top hatchling, placing it in an open space in your nest. Then you'll place one of your siblings on top of that pile. Whenever your siblings leave that pile, you'll immediately flip the top hatchling card face up. When placing your hatchling into your nest, the card text must be oriented in the same direction as the nest mat. Now, if you're able to match activity icons with adjacent hatchlings, you'll immediately obtain happiness based on the number of matches made. And if any of the hatchlings that were matched were fed, they also eat. You'll discard the tokens and gain 2 additional happiness per food token. Now, pipped hatchlings are the exception to the rotation rule. After a player adds one of them to the nest, it can be rotated freely to match with neighboring hatchlings. Matches only score happiness after a hatchling is added or moved in a nest. Rotating does not count as moving. Now the marsh, boneyard, pools, and forest all act in a very similar fashion. You'll place one of your siblings here and gain one of the indicated food tokens. You're then able to place the food token on one of the hatchlings on your nest to either feed or bribe them. Now if you want to feed them, you'll cover the food icon on the hatchling card with a matching food token from the supply. Now, as we talked about earlier, when you create an activity match with this hatchling, the food can be eaten and score you 2 happiness per food. Now, you can only feed hatchlings with an uncovered food icon. The other thing you can do is bribe. So these are the icons to the right. Covering the bribe space allows you to move the hatchling to any open space on your nest map or swap places with another hatchling. Now, when this happens, if there's new activity matches, then points will be scored accordingly and food can be consumed just as in the nursery actions. Once a food token is placed on a bribe space though, it can never be removed. Now the next location is the tar pits. You can either go to the cliffs or the tar. Now in the cliffs you can move a token from a hatchling onto your nest into the tar. You'll take 2 food tokens of your choice from supply and feed or bribe hatchlings in your nest. Now the other action is the tar. You'll take 1 food token out of the tar and use it to feed or bribe a hatchling in your nest. Now let's go over to the volcano. You can place a sibling on either of the volcano spaces to take an indicated action, but volcano is too hot to stay long, so your sibling is removed from the board after taking that action. You can place a sibling on the summit. This allows you to draw 3 volcano challenges from the deck, choose one to keep and discard the rest. Or you can take the top face-up volcano challenge card from the discard pile. You'll place these challenges next to your board and you can have up to 3 active volcano challenges at a time. Now you'll complete these by arranging 4 hatchlings in your nest so that their food icons match the indicated formation. Formations can be in any orientation. Now when you complete a volcano challenge, you'll gain 3 happiness and flip it face down. The next action you can take is the lava fields. In this action, you'll choose 1 column in the nursery. If there's any sibling minis in that pile, you remove them from the board and reveal the top hatchling card. Now, for piles with no sibling mini, you'll simply move the top hatchling card to the bottom of the pile and reveal the top card. You may remove your sibling from the board or choose one of the newly revealed hatchlings, placing it on any of the open spaces in your nest. You'll then move your sibling from the lava field space to the top of that pile. Now, if this results in both the siblings being in the nursery, the sibling that was originally there is removed from the board. Now, the game ends when one player places their 9th hatchling into their nest. Each other player takes 1 last turn before final scoring. Now, final scoring composes of 2 steps. You'll gain 3 happiness if you have 9 hatchlings in your nest, as well as 1 happiness for each food token on the hatchlings in your nest. You'll finish scoring and the player with the most wins. Will you be the most glorious dino-sitter out there?
Sitters.
The best of siblings.
Yeah.
What do you think about this game? What really makes it stand out?
It's about dinosaurs and the dinosaur babies, and the first thing I would point out is pretty obvious, but the art is so cute.
I could honestly just frame and hang all these dinosaurs up and just look at them and feel happy. And I love that it's all, like the thematic sense of it, that you're taking care of this little nest of baby dinosaurs, trying to make them get along.
Yeah.
And then you just want happiness. Everybody just wants happiness.
Yeah, when you place the dinosaurs, obviously you have to make the matching, or the hatchlings, you have to make the matching symbols, and it's more beneficial to do that, and it feels very, very good when those pictures complete themselves. And then you get to see them, like, you did that. I made that happen.
And it's friendship. All of a sudden they're getting along, they're not fighting. And no one likes fighting when you're babysitting or dino-sitting.
Exactly. What else about this game stood out to you?
I think the introductory to worker placement game is a really core element of this game. So this is a game that we can show to practically anybody to say, this is what worker placement games are, because it shows basically the fact that you're competing for spots, and if these are occupied, you can't go there, and shows that mechanic. Even when the dinosaurs come off the cards, it reveals. So there's slight mechanics in here that kind of introduce a lot of the core concepts in a lot of the heavier worker placement games, which makes this game a fantastic introductory worker placement game, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a good point. It is very, like, intro game, like, super simple, super high level, like, easy to teach. So it has that thing going for it. And then, of course, like what Ilya was saying is, like, you do get to understand the mechanical importance of what, like, worker placement really is. I think this doesn't necessarily land on a worker placement game, but
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Why not?
I think it's more like an action and then, like, matching. Like, set.
Yeah, but I guess that's true. Yeah, that's true.
I understand where you're coming from. So I wouldn't say it's a great introductory worker placement game.
Okay.
I would say it's a great introduction to what worker placement could be.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, and I think the mechanics of it in general are just like, they're very cohesive, they're very thematic. It's really friendly, and the fact that you can rotate those kind of the without the feeding hatchlings is pretty exciting, because you can't rotate the other ones. So there's just a lot in this game that makes my heart sing. And one more thing I'll say too is that the flow of the game can be really set by the people you play with.
Yeah.
So this can easily be like a nice coffee game that you play, or a game that you play with your family, kind of get everybody involved. But the fact that the game ends when the grid is filled really, you control the pace, because somebody could really rush and get those 9 spots filled as soon as possible and hope that they get enough happiness points just by matching symbols. Or you can casually sip tea, enjoy your time, feed some dinosaurs, bribe some others, and just have a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I think that the making of the grid does get a little bit more restrictive in time certainty with more players, particularly, and then also because like you do need to feed all your dinosaurs, all the little hatchlings, so like that is a deterrent to ending the game quicker. I also appreciate the goal cards, because you can use the goals to like kind of like catch up, and yeah, the volcano cards. So you can use them to catch up if you're behind from, I don't know, placing a card and you don't get as many points as somebody else could get. Because if you plan appropriately and get the right card, you can score a lot of points from placing one card like right in the center, touching all 4 of the other dinosaurs, and it feels great as the player doing it. But then you look at your score, and this person's going up like I think 16 or 20 points or something. I can't remember the exact number, but it's like I
did that.
I could have stopped that.
He didn't stop me, and I had so much fun embracing my happiness. But overall,
yeah, really fun. I think it's super simple, super straightforward, easy to teach. It brings on those mechanics that you were talking about like really nicely, and I think it introduces them so that you can like step forward into different more complex games. So Dinositters is a thumbs up for me.
Yeah, I think it's very approachable, and I loved how it brought like a lot of those elements of mechanics. There's a lot of ways that you can really introduce it to others and have a fun table presence that can really be a memorable night, lunchtime, or morning for your friends. And overall, I think Featherstone Games just does a fantastic job at kind of creating those... Bless you. Oh no. Creating those tailored fun experiences for you and your friends. So definitely check this one out on Kickstarter. We'll link it down below. You can learn more about the game, more about the intricacies, and the updated version as well, because as we did mention, this is a prototype and it's not finalized. And yeah.
Well, for the question of the day, what do we got?
If you could babysit any baby animal, who would you want to babysit?
Otter.
Why? What would you do with them?
Otter. They're so cute.
What if you had to choose not otter?
No, they're otter pups. They're otter pups, and they don't even have their like their proper fur yet, their coat, because they just. I'll go on a tangent. I'm not gonna go on too much of a tangent, but the way that works is just hilarious, because the parents have to teach them how to swim, and they basically just like throw them in the water, and then it's really funny. But they're super fluffy. They just like to cuddle basically, and they're so cute.
I would probably babysit. I think baby dolphins. I feel like they'd be like really cute and less intimidating because they're not very big, and you just like frolic in the water with them.
Oh.
And I would throw them in to see if they swim.
They're born in the water.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for watching our video. If you enjoyed what you saw, make sure to hit that thumbs up. What else do you do?
Hit that subscribe button or that bell notification and the bell notification.
The bell notification. Yeah. Ding dong.
Because we make videos on the weekly and talk about board games and love hearing everybody's opinions and having a conversation about all the games.
And again, check out this wonderful campaign. We'll link it down below. And let us know what you think of Dinositters.
Until next time, though, this is us saying bye.
Bye-bye.